everyone. I'm Adam Brown, and this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, October 28th. On today's show, it's been almost a month since Shell Point's patient portal went online. Now, answers to some of your questions about the site. Plus, pedestrian safety around Shell Point is a major concern. We have some tips on how you can stay safe. And the new photo studio opens its doors in 1 week. Get a behind-the-scenes look at the stunning new facility on the island. But first, a quick and easy way to help others. Today, the Bloodmobile will be at Shell Point. Help save someone's life by donating your blood. The big red bus will be parked at the village church on the island from 12:30 until 6 o'clock. And remember to bring a photo ID. Square roots, quadrangles, inverse functions, angle theorems. If all that math talk gives you anxiety, then have we got a class for you. Starting today and for the next 4 Tuesdays, Parkwood resident and former math teacher Dick Brown will present Math for Those Who Never Liked Math. This class runs from 1:15 until 3:15 in the Manatee Room on the island. Also today, Library Book Talk, the fiction of Wendell Berry. Paul Makers resident Dick Jacker discusses the many novels and short stories that Berry wrote about the fictional Kentucky town of Port William. The discussion begins today at 2:15 in the social center on the island, and refreshments will be served. Now that you've had a chance to look through the new patient portal here at Shell Point, you may have some questions about it and what it can do for you. Here with more on an upcoming Health Connections class that will address those issues are Mary Franklin and informatics specialist Tara Hazard.
We have an upcoming Health Connections program on Thursday, October 30th at 1:15 in the Social Center. And guess what? You're in charge of this program. Well, it's going to be a Q&A, and you need to come with the questions regarding the patient portal system that the medical center has put into place. And today, I'm lucky enough to have with me Tara Hazard. Tara, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for
Now,
having me.
during this presentation, it will be not only you, but also Dr. Clark as well.
True.
But for those who may not have heard, what is a patient portal? That portal name is a whole new genre for us.
Right. It's kind of a government push that is wanting everyone to have access to their medical information in a more timely fashion.
Right.
Typically, a patient doesn't get a lot of information unless they make a formal request to a medical records department. So with this, they can basically just go online, look at their medical record information, and it is restricted somewhat, but it's all the good, important, and more critical information that they would want to have in case something were to happen and they want that information to take to a new doctor. They don't have to wait.
Right.
Get into the portal, which is basically a web-based site, and look at their information, print it, take it with them.
Right.
They're good to go.
So you need to get signed up. It is computer-based, and you'll get a password and everything, so you log on and only see your information.
That's correct.
How does one get signed up for that?
Well, first of all, you have to have an email, and they're very, very easy to get. They're free, basically, through Gmail or Yahoo. Take your email address with you. You go to the medical center, and you can sign up right there.
Okay.
They'll set you up with a password, and they'll be assisted to design a nice, secure, little complicated, but not too complicated they won't remember.
Right.
Password.
Right. Okay. Now, one of the neat aspects of this is you can have one family member have access to your patient portal. So if your son or daughter maybe is up in Michigan and they want to be able to check in on you, they'll be able to view it. And that information is just what happens in our medical center, correct?
Correct. This is only if you're seeing a doctor in the medical center here. The information that you are, your healthcare information that relates to those appointments will be in that medical record. So one of your family members, maybe your healthcare surrogate or your oldest child, may want to keep tabs just to help you understand some of your medical issues. They can be signed up. For your medical information, and only yours.
Right. I know, too, for myself even, is when you're sitting in the doctor's office and you're getting told, this is everything, it seems so clear and concise, but then you go home, and you're scratching your head. So it would be nice to be able to refer back to the notes and
That's right.
what the doctor said, and you can both be looking at it in the patient portal, correct?
And in case of often residents will give the doctor their information about their medications. If they don't bring them, they may say it's 20 milligrams. The doctor puts that into the record, but it's inaccurate. So you go home and later on you go, oh my gosh, that was 30 milligrams. It's very easy for you to request that be changed instantly. You don't have to wait for another doctor's appointment.
Right, empowering the resident.
That's right.
In
Taking
the
charge of your
patient.
own information, your own health care.
Good, good. Now this presentation on Thursday, October 30th, I kind of tongue-in-cheek said the residents are in charge of this presentation. You and Dr. Clark will give a few minutes at the very beginning saying, just recapping where the patient portal is at that time. But then it's an open forum. They can ask you anything.
That's correct. I'm going to kind of give them the where, why, what, how. And typically in that kind of an open conversation, you're always inviting anyway a thought, another question, so the residents are free to, and that is their time to kind of explore this.
Right. Well, what a great tool. And everybody should come, even if you've already signed up and you have questions. And even if you're signed up and you don't have questions, you may be able to learn how to use it more effectively.
Correct.
And those who are, I don't know if I should get signed up. So really, everybody should come to this program.
I think so. I think so.
All right.
Anyone who's got medical information here at the medical center, and I believe there's a whole lot of people.
Yes. So join Tara and Dr. Clark on Thursday, October 30th at 1:15 in the social center. I encourage you to sign up because they did a informational seminar in the Academy on Patient Portal, and you had standing room only.
Out the door.
Yep. So please sign up for this program at either of the service desk. It's Patient Portal Q&A in the Health Connection. I'm Mary Franklin, along with Tara Hazard. Make it a happy and healthy day.
Our ongoing series here at ShellPoint today, Let's Talk Safety, continues now with a look at how you can stay safe when walking around the beautiful grounds of ShellPoint.
Hi, my name is Dora Robbins from Resort Services, and I serve on the ShellPoint Safety Committee. In today's segment of Let's Talk Safety, we're going to address pedestrian safety. Florida law requires drivers to stop when a person is attempting to cross the street at a marked crosswalk. Many drivers are under the impression that yielding only means to slow down. This thought is completely wrong. Under Florida law, when a person is in the pedestrian crosswalk, drivers are required to stop and let the pedestrian cross safely. If there are no pedestrians in the crosswalk, you are not required to stop. If you are unsure whether or not a person intends to cross the road, you're better off slowing your vehicle until you can make a clear determination as to what the pedestrian's intention is. It's important to stay focused and alert for pedestrians. Anticipate difficulties of the elderly or young children. Take extra care at night for pedestrians who are crossing crosswalks in poorly lit locations. Always obey the speed limit. The speed limit is 15 miles per hour throughout ShellPoint and 5 miles per hour in the parking garages and parking lots. Pay attention to congested areas like the center of the island around the medical center, guest house, and church. Use caution at the entrance of the woodlands, where not only pedestrians but golf carts and bicyclists cross. It's important for pedestrians to obey traffic laws as well. Always use caution when crossing on crosswalks. Never assume the driver sees you. Always make eye contact with the driver to make sure he is aware you're there. Always use designated crosswalks. If possible, use sidewalks and walking paths. Use caution in parking lots and parking garages. If you're walking after dark, wear light-colored or reflective clothing and shoes. You may also want to take a flashlight to make yourself more noticeable. And finally, be alert when approaching more dangerous areas such as construction zones. That's today's Let's Talk Safety. Thank you for watching and be safe.
Good advice, Dora. Thank you very much. Well, it's been in the works for 2 years, and now the new photo studio and gallery here at ShellPoint is ready to open its doors to you. Take a look.
Come on in. Let me show you around. This is the gallery. Now, for those of you who might remember, this was the old dark room. We had sinks and everything here. The whole room was gutted, and this is now the gallery. Now, the gallery has a unique system where we put 2 shelves, and we never have to hang a picture and then repair the holes when you take the picture out. So this system really works very nice. And this is the opening show. The opening show are members of the board of directors. But we will have different shows throughout the year. Hopefully we're going to have some outside photographers come in, and some of the Shell Point photographers will have show. I think the next show after this goes down about 6 weeks will be Lester Davison, who's going to be showing animals of Africa. And then we'll continue as the year goes on with outside and inside photographers. Well, this is the new part. This is the studio. And we have a manager for the gallery, and we have a manager for the studio. And I'll take you through this part first. We have an Apple, and we have a PC, a very good printer. This is really a salon printer. It does gorgeous, up to 12 by 19. And we're getting another printer here, and which will be wireless. And so eventually we'll be able to have teach printing, and we'll have people come out here and make prints. We haven't figured out what they're going to cost yet, but we'll be feeding that in. We're also going to be teaching editing on these two formats, the Mac and the PC. And so we'll be teaching editing. And over here in this blank wall, you think it's blank, but it's not. We're getting a large screen TV. And the purpose of that is not to sit and watch television, of course. It's that when we teach editing, or when we teach lighting, portrait lighting, which is one of the classes we're going to have, it could be projected on the screen. So nobody has to stand behind the camera and look at a little glass. They'll be able to see it all in large screen. The room is kept as flexible as we can to accommodate a lot of things. So over here is like a little library, and different members are starting to bring books. As you can see, we're not filled up yet, but eventually we hope to. And up here, we're first starting, we're asking for people who have interesting items. And we're going to load the top there with all kind of interesting items, because one of the classes, one of the things we're going to teach is still life photography. And that's what this table is. This is a professional still life table. And what's unique about this table, first of all, it's very light. I can pick it up in one hand and roll it. It has the ability to go down, change angles, but it could also be lit from below. So you get some very interesting effects. And you can drape all kind of backdrops over it, so you can shoot on top of it. And still life photography, in my opinion, is probably one of the most creative forms of photography. Because when you walk around with your camera and you see something, so you get a nice angle, you have some good light, that's terrific. Here, you've got nothing, it's blank. You've got to come up with the items, you've got to come up with the lighting and how you're going to position everything. So still life, I think, is really one of the most creative forms of photography, and we'll be teaching that also. And then come around here, and you can see some of our different kind of lights and backdrops. We have 2 cloth backdrops, and we have 3 paper backdrops, and it's really easy. It just comes right down, and you can change the backdrops. I hope someday in the near future to get a big scenic backdrop of Florida and put it on the back wall, so when we take pictures with people and they bring the grandchildren down, they can look as if they're in Florida. We'll get a beach scene, you know, and that'll be pretty cool. I'll get a fan and blow the hair, and it'll be kind of fun. We have a couple of soft boxes. Soft boxes I use for portrait work because they give a very even light. Here we have a pegboard with tools. Like I said, everything was made very flexible, so that this chair can come out, or it can be set up with those table and chairs over there, make it like a little cafe. Or this is a posing stool that could come in and be put here. Or we could take one of these black and white chairs and put that here. So this set is very flexible and constantly can be changed very easy with very little effort. And we're still in the process of acquiring new equipment, and the studio right now owns 2 cameras that were donated, 2 very good digital cameras. So you don't even have to have a camera, you can come out here and learn, and we'll supply you with a camera. And that's about the whole story. So join the photo club and come on down.
What a fantastic place. The Shell Point Photo Studio and Gallery opens to you next Tuesday, November 4th, so go check it out. Now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Hi, I'm Jill Aldrich, and I'm here with Bev Chandley, and it's Tuesday, October 28th. We're here to tell you what's happening today. We start our morning with the Health Connections Bend, Breathe, and Balance in the Health Club. Pickleball at 8 o'clock out at the pickleball court, so go on out and see what that's about. Also at 8 o'clock, we have Round Robin Doubles Tennis. They meet at the tennis courts. The Stamp Ministry meets in the Stamp Room at 8:15. And at 8:30, Bocce Ball, played at the Bocce Ball court over in the Woodlands. The Ladies Golf Association meets at 8:30. And at 9:15, Open Painting in the Art Studio on the island. 9:30, Match Play Mixed Doubles Tennis. They meet at the tennis courts in the Woodlands. At 10:15, head over to the Social Center for the Health Connections Speech Therapy class. Also at 10:15, Through the Bible Study Group, they meet in the Osprey Room on the island. Our final morning activity is Health Connections Living Healthy in the Osprey Room at 11:45. Bev, what's going on this afternoon?
Well, Jill, we've got the Bloodmobile here today. It'll be parked at the Village Church. It'll be there from 12:30 until 6 o'clock, so make sure you get out there and make a donation. Also at 12:30, we have Mixed Progressive Bridge. That'll be in the game room of the Woodlands. At 1:15 is the time for the Knitters group to be in the Osprey Room. Also at 1:15, we have the Shuffleboard players down at the Shuffleboard courts. We have the Rollicking Recorderist in the Tarpon Room at 1:15. And we have a Women's Ministries prayer group at 408 Royal Bonnet at 1:15. And we're going to move to 1:30 where we have a COPD support group. They'll be in the Oak Room at the Woodlands. Also at 1:30 we have a Health Connections class, Aqua Pilates Stretch. That's in the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. The Stamp Ministry will be in the Sable Room at the Woodlands at 1:30. And at 2:15, we have the Library Book Talk. That'll be in the Social Center on the island. We have a Health Connections class at 2:45, Balance and Mobility Training Level 2. That's in the Health Club and currently full. Then at 3:15, we have the Celebration Ringers Rehearsal. That's in the choir room of the Village Church. Well, we're sure glad you joined us today, and we will be back here tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath with your Academy information for Tuesday. At 7:45, court pickup begins on the island for the Billy Swamp Safari Academy on the Go trip for those who signed up. At 9:30, writing your memoirs on the computer will begin in the Computer Center at the Woodlands for those who have signed up. And our live figure drawing continues at 9:30 in the Sable Room. At 10 o'clock, Marathon in Thermopylae will begin in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands, and you can sign up right at the door. At 10:15, we have iPad, got one, now what? Continuing in the Manatee Room on the island. At 1:15, Math for those who never liked math will take place in the Manatee Room on the island for those who have signed up. I'd like to take just a moment to thank our Pavilion Auxiliary volunteers and to say we have some openings on some of our committees if you're interested in joining us. We have some new openings at our reception desk at our Pavilion entrance and some openings at our new desk at the Medical Center entrance to the Pavilion. Please give me a call if you'd like more information, and please look at the last page of the weekly reminder for our auxiliary box that talks about these and more opportunities. It also gives directions for signing up for orientation.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is pot roast with root vegetables and red potatoes. The dinner special is build your own stir fry for $13.95, and the soup of the day is cream of chicken. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a barbecue chicken sandwich with baked beans for $7.25. The dinner special is your choice of a hot dog or a burger with a side salad, watermelon, and ice cream for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill on Tuesday are T-bone steak for $19.95 or linguine and clams for $15.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Greetings and welcome to Village Church Connections. You'll see us here with our shoe boxes, and I'm also here with Priscilla Waltz, who has been a leader in this ministry at the Village Church. Thank you for joining us, Priscilla.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk about Operation Christmas Child.
We have been getting boxes ready and assembled, and they're now stacked up at the church ready to pick up. But before we get into some of the detail about that, tell us a little bit about Samaritan's Purse and the whole Operation Christmas Child thought process.
Well, Operation Christmas Child, the shoebox project, started 21 years ago, and it has been growing as an organizational project ever since. And fortunately, we have been growing with it too here at Shell Point, and I'm thankful for that. It's an outreach to children all over the world who many of them never receive a gift for themselves or a gift. They hardly know what a gift is. And this is an opportunity to tell them and show them that they have another gift, and that is God's love. And so we pack the boxes and send them, and before they're actually shipped out, a brochure is put in their language, The Greatest Journey, and it's an introduction to Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's the ministry of the Operation Christmas Child under the sponsorship of Samaritan's Purse, yes.
And churches all over the country participate in this ministry, pack shoe boxes and send them off. Some of our folks may have never done this. So let's talk through the process just a little bit. I'm holding an empty box.
Okay.
And if they come to the Village Church, they can pick up an empty box, and inside that box, they'll find instructions that tell them how to pack the shoe box. Also label on here so that they can label it for a boy or girl. There's a couple rubber bands in the box, and when they're all finished, they'll put those rubber bands around the box so that the box stays closed, obviously. And so it's a fairly easy process. They just need to do that and then return it to the church. But they may not know what to put in it.
Well, that's where this little pamphlet comes in. The brochure that is in box tells how to pack a shoebox.
Okay.
So it gives you ideas of things to put in, a few things that you shouldn't put in, and how to select for a boy or a girl. And the strip that you put on the top of the box indicates also the age group, and that should be marked. Even if you don't know quite what size you want to put it or what age you want to put it, please mark something on it so that it helps the other people that are passing them out.
And I believe you've got a packed shoebox here if you want to open it and just show folks what that looks like.
Quite a selection of things. School supplies are in the bottom of the box. Cuddly little toy, a t-shirt, some balloons for fun. Some toiletries are really very, very welcome. Toothbrush, toothpaste, and combs, a plastic cup, some hard candies, but they must be wrapped, and they really best should be put in little plastic bags. So that gives you some ideas, but that's just hardly touching the surface. There are so many things that you can put in that little boys and girls all over the world would love to have.
And it's really nice to do kind of a combination of practical things and fun things. Because that just gives them a little bit of what they don't have in those areas. Our goal this year is to pack 400 shoe boxes. That was our goal last year, and we came really close, but we just didn't quite make it. So this year, we need to work together and see if we can surpass that goal.
Yes, we would like to do that.
And I also know you and I were talking about the fact that it is possible to track your shoebox.
Yes.
They have the ability to do that online now if people want to track and find out where their shoebox goes. And we would love to hear those stories.
Yes.
So if somebody has been tracking their shoebox, or perhaps they get a letter back because they included an address from a boy or girl somewhere in the world that says thank you, we would love to know that.
We surely would. And the instructions for doing that are included in this little brochure. So people have that to refer to also.
Okay, that's great. And when are our collection dates?
All right, we have 2 collection dates to remember. One is our own at Shell Point Village Church, and that will be the week of November 9 through 16. And then on the 18th, these boxes will go to the national collection place for this area, which happens to be Cape Coral.
Okay.
And so people will have through the 16th to get their boxes back to our church and have them go on the way. And interestingly, when these are taken to a what they call a national collection center, they are all checked before they go out. And it's requested that $7 be sent with each box. Now, if a person is sending more than 1 box, they only need to send 1 check covering 2 boxes.
Okay.
And not worry about the fact that there's no $7 in the second box.
And that helps them cover the shipping.
Yes, right. And they really need it for that because they send them literally all over the world.
Okay. So our boxes are stacked up. They're ready to be picked up and filled. And then we encourage folks to bring them back to the Village Church sometime between November 9th and 16th.
Preferably not before that.
Right. We just don't have a lot of storage room. So if they can bring them back that week, that's really helpful.
Right, yes.
Great. Thank you, Priscilla, for being with us, for your passion for this ministry and all the work that you do, and for introducing this to our Shell Point community.
Thank you for this opportunity.
And thank you for joining us today. Please stop by Village Church and pick up your box as soon as possible, and then have fun shopping to fill it. There's a boy or girl somewhere in the world that will appreciate it this year. Have a wonderful day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we take a look back at Kaleidoscope, Celebration of the Arts, the fabulous first show held at the renewed and refreshed Village Church. Plus, are you looking for a place to get that holiday portrait? Shell Point's new photo studio and gallery could be that place. We'll explain how. And keeping your identity safe from thieves in this week's Find Mark Minute. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, October 28th. I'm Adam Brown, and for all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.